All right, and we are live for another Megatron build stream or diorama stream here. It's been a good month now since the last one, which was the Galvatron diorama, and now we're going to kind of transition over into the season 2 Decepticon shelf, which is kind of going to be kind of based on the Triple Takeover episode from season 2, where we saw Blitzwing, Astro Train, and Starscream kind of working to overthrow Megatron in that episode. But yeah, and this is kind of be based on the opening scene where they're on, I think they're at Mount Rushmore, if I'm not mistaken. They're kind of carving their faces onto the statues of the presidents and all that, and so kind of wanted to recreate the scene. I already did a season 2 Decepticon shelf, which was the train yard, if you remember back from last year. However, for me personally, I just was not really personally happy about that shelf, just because it was just kind of a little bit too bland for my liking. Now I still have it intact, like I just have it on opposite side. But so if this one just for some reason just fails, I can always kind of fall back on that. But I do have a really good feeling about this display. I think I have some stuff on my sleeve. Now I did some little bit of paint work this morning on this, so I'm still waiting for some cracks to kind of dry for the base. So we're kind of leave this for a little bit later, let that dry, and then we'll kind of go in with what I'm thinking for the base is I'm going to go for like more of a sandy, more beige sort of a rocky surface, because I already have one Rocky Mountain sort of diorama, and that one's all like grayed and stuff like that. So I want to kind of make this one a little bit different, as well as the sky for this one, which I'll kind of show off in a minute. We'll be doing I guess I'll show it right now. So we can actually kind of just put this off this side, kind of wait for the base layer to dry. I already worked on the base layer last night, just because I want to get that done before the stream, because it's not really the most exciting thing to watch. Just watching one color on screen. And now, obviously, if you've been following my Twitter, you'll notice I kind of redrew this because the original concept idea was on this side, but I felt like it was a little bit too, or rather, I found that it was sitting too low on the shelf. They didn't really account for the height of it all, because I remember that because half of this stuff gets covered up anyway, so I had to kind of account for that when I redrew this. And then so obviously we have the faces of Megatron, Blitzwing, Astro Train, and Starscream, because that's what the faces were in the cartoon. And before we get started on painting, because I need to draw out I need to kind of define the lines on their faces a little bit. That way it makes it easier for me to sort of plan things out. So I'm using a black Tombow brush pen, and I'm just going to kind of really this one's not working on me. I'll find a new one. Let's see. See if I can find. Hold on. It's gonna be 1 second. Shit. Here, maybe one of these guys. Okay. Hey, Daisy. How's it going? Thank you. Okay. Oh, okay, I found my Tombow brush, so we're going to have to work with this. And we're just kind of define the lines on our faces here. That way, it'll kind of peek out once we get to the painting stage, and it'll kind of make it easier to kind of lay out the colors on this as we get to that point with these. Not too sure how far we're going to along, because the way we kind of work with these streams is we go until we can't paint anymore. And by that I mean we kind of go until everything is drying, and there's nothing more I can do for a good bit. And the faces don't really have to be perfect because it's supposed to be just like a mountain carving. So I'm not being be too perfect here. Look at the bare minimum basic shapes going. And for the sky, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be going for more of a sunset type background. Just because I haven't really done it, because all my Autobot shelves with more nature environments, they're all kind of like bright blue skies and all that. And so I haven't really done a sunset before. So I think that'd be a lot of fun to just kind of make it a little bit different. And we got Blitzwing's little face here. Yeah, sort of more of a visor, sort of eyes to him. Got a little ashtray. Doesn't need to be perfect because either rope. Because in the episode it was just the Autobot or the Decepticons that were carving their faces onto the mountain. 100% perfect here. And the final stages of it. I'll get a better angle. There we go. Get distortion going. All we'll really need. Just need enough to kind of show through once I get like the paint laid down on top of it, because I'll have I'm gonna have like really light sort of shades of gray and beige and all those kinds of colors. So I need to kind of make sure these guys kind of pop out. That way I can kind of go back in with some dark brown, maybe more of like a dark brown for the line work on top of it. But yeah, get the sunset going. Which I'll probably need a couple brushes for this, because I'll be using at least 4 colors for this. So. With the orange, I'm gonna try and go for a nice sort of gradient effect. Or I kind of want to add a little bit of a sort of a purple hue to it. I have this lilac color, so I kind of put that right there. Oh, okay. Getting a little weird. Put it right underneath the little blobs. That's going to kind of seep into the mountain. That's okay. Oh, it's like dripping out. And go for a very, very light yellow. There we go. So might only need one brush for this. Just gonna go until it looks right. I'm trying to go for like a very harsh sort of sunset, more of like kind of like more of a pinkish sort of yellowy sort of sunset. Very, very subtle. Just smooth out the paint. Trying to avoid the mountains as much as possible. Oops, gotta be very, very careful there. Probably should have grabbed some painter's tape, but whatever. Just gonna be careful. Okay. So kind of leave that to dry. Probably come in with some dark, a little bit darker shades, not too dark. Just very, very simple. Hey, Dagman, holy shit. All right. I've forgotten. Yes, these are acrylics. They are matte acrylic paint. They're very, very cheap, like $1 or $2 at Michael's. So so I use cheap stuff. Gets the job done. But you can probably get like more expensive stuff that work just fine, but it's not required. But yes, these are all acrylics. And I'm using very, very cheap sort of Michael's foam board for the foam. All right. The same sort of idea from last time. I guess we'll just use the same brush. I don't think I'll need the extra brushes. All right, let's do the same thing. This is the left one, so we gotta make sure to cap off the side there. Not too worried about going over these lines because we'll be covering them up later. I'm leaning more towards like bluish, like black, really dark mountains in the back. Just because in real life, you kind of, when you see mountains in the distance, they usually do appear to be more of like bluish in tint. And they're like more of a bluish tint to them, so that's what we'll be going for. And then I'll have some like little bits of like rock formations, like this. This is what this line kind of represents here. And the big ones obviously are the mountains. So, but we'll get that mapped out shortly. Okay, that's the left side. So we just need to make sure we get the side here painted in as well. That way it kind of adds to the believability once it goes into the actual shelf. Only the top, because you never know what might show off. Is just the way paint and foam board mix. Be careful of that. All right, left side done. Now I'll do the right side. Do 3 little drops, should be enough. An orange, doing the lilac. Sort of a, what's it called? Light orange. Hairs. And then a very, very light sort of a, it's called dark yellow, but it's like very, very light color. It's weird. Well, for yellow, it's dark, but yeah, we'll just do the same thing we did earlier. I might add too much. Try to take some off the brush. Blue mountains and sunset, very nice. Yep. Or maybe like a more of a purplish, sort of a purplish blue, I think, and go for. And that'll make the most sense. I'm gonna add a little bit more orange once it's all dried up. It's a little bit too light. I'm gonna add a little bit of darkness to it. Try this hair off. I'll just wipe it off with the towel. Okay. Oh, and I forgot. I need to grab the side. Let's the right side. Let's take some paint off that and just use it to the side. And it should be enough. I'll put the oranges away. Keep these guys on hand just so I don't forget which ones I use for this guy, because I might be reusing them in a minute. And we'll check on the base layer. Ooh, end up getting some orange on it. That's okay. We'll cover it up later. And some areas are still kind of drying off, so I'm going to kind of take a little bit of the paint off. I think I have enough on there anyways. Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, so let's see. So I'm thinking about mixing maybe a gray with the not a dark gray. Mixing that with the khaki. It's kind of like a beige sort of color. That might work. So we're going to go for kind of more of a sandy sort of beige base layer here. So grab a paper towel. Just take as much off the brush as possible. And just kind of sort of dab it into the foam. I use kind of a dark brown and a dark gray as the base colors, or mixed it together rather for that. I want to have a sort of a grayish brown sort of vibe for it. And since it's going to be a very rocky sort of terrain, we can be as crazy as we want with the line work. Or the brush work, rather. And yeah, a bunch of hairs from the brush falling out. Not too sure I'll be able to get to it today, but one thing I will want to show, will be showing off in the these streams is how I do the grass effects. I haven't done the grass effects in a little while. I think the last time I did it was when I did the Lookout Mountain one with the 86 movie bots, where I actually showed off how I did that. And it's actually very easy. But I can't really do too much with this diorama in particular. Like, I can't really add a whole lot of like extra like little rocks in the front just yet, because this display in particular is going to be housing a bunch of like really big bots. So I can't really do too much with the foreground just yet. I'm going to need a smaller brush to get the sides there. We'll get all the big areas first. Sunset. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. Try to get all the nooks as much as I can before I pull up a smaller brush. Not sure if I'll need it though. Should be good enough. All right, get some more paint. I'll probably use these same colors for the mountains, at least the main Rushmore mountain, for lack of a better term. Oh, it's a little too much. However, we'll make it work. Ooh, take more off. Yeah, should be a big deal. All right. Just check on the back layers. Still drying, I think. So. Just need a little more paint. Don't want to use too much because I need to save some for the background layers. Okay, should be good enough. Just set this off to the side, see if we can work on the back layer while it's drying. Still drying here, but I think I could probably do squeeze in some darker colors real quick here. Use a different, I should use the same brush I used earlier. I just want to sneak in just a little bit more darker shade of orange. And maybe just a little bit of the lilac. Exactly what I'm looking for just yet. Okay. The same thing over here. Hey, Mrs. How's it going? And here's the right one. Okay. Doing good. For the four heads, that would be Megatron, Starscream, Blitzwing, and Astrotrain. So, because that was what was in the cartoon. So that's what we're going for. So a little scene at the very beginning when Starscream, Blitzwing, and Astrotrain are all kind of making their plan to kind of take over leadership, overthrow Megatron. Which that whole episode was a fucking it's a like so much shit was going down in that episode. I'll just say that everyone was betraying everybody in that episode. Also shows kind of how Decepticons kind of work. They're all kind of very, backstabbing. Everyone's kind of scheming against each other and all that. Kind of Decepticons kind of roll. Yeah, wipe down my desk real quick. Okay. Check on the base layer. And it's kind of still a little bit dry, but I think it should be just fine. Okay. Should be able to use, let's see. I want to use a Swede color. And maybe a little bit of a white. Just gonna add the make it a little bit lighter. Grab some towels. Wipe off the brush. Just a very lightly dry brush. Doesn't have to be everywhere, just enough places where it makes sense. And one thing about it, I might actually be able to get to the grass effects today. Because dry brushing doesn't take very long. It doesn't take long for it to dry either. And that's why I kind of always try to do the base layers before I stream. That way it kind of, because it makes the streams go by, well, it makes the streams more interesting when I do the dry brushing because there's more colors being added. As opposed to just using, I used too much there. Just add some water. Okay, just fix that mistake there. And another towel just to kind of dry it off. Sorry, getting the edges here. And we're probably putting the grass kind of in between the little rock formations here. Just because that kind of helps, like, just add a little bit of pop of color to the rocks here, make it less boring. And I have a few extra little plant-like elements I might add as well, just kind of, just bring a little more life to the scenery here. I might later on down the line add some like little trees here and there one day, which you can buy at like Michael's and stuff like that. But I have to wait and see because I have to make sure that they'll fit once I have this whole shelf populated the way I want it to. I'm gonna move the camera up just a little. Wow, dry brushing completely changes the look. Yeah. It's a very simple effect too. Just take off some paint and have ball. Kind of adds that realistic sort of edge to it. Ooh, shit. Too much. Just that a minute. Hey, welcome back, Deadman. Hope all is well over there. All right. Yeah, let's add some more to the back here. Just kind of lighten it up a bit more. I might come back in with the khaki, just kind of make it a little more beige sort of looking. So a bit more defined little splotches here. Bought the cheaper plaster Christmas and ornaments and figured at Michael's, paying them as gifts 1 year. Brushed them and made them look like new. I knew what I was doing. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. That's why I say anyone can do this stuff, because it's like it's not all that complicated as long as you have the right, I guess, motivation to do things. Like it's like anyone can be an artist, you know. It's just a matter of just applying yourself to it and really dedicating yourself to the craft and all that. Yeah, because really it's just learning new skills, and you're never too old to learn new skill, you know. paint. Just for one little area. There's so many techniques that a novice can learn to really make their work pop. Yeah. It's not all that complicated. Like, I didn't even know how to do half of this diorama stuff. Like, when I first started out last year doing these streams, so just kind of like something well, obviously I've watched a lot of videos, and I think that having my artistic ability definitely does help, but I don't think it's necessarily required because, you know, because if you can measure, if you know the basics on measuring things, and you know how to cut foam with a knife, it's pretty simple. It's pretty self-explanatory. It just kind of. I think the problem is people make it complicated in their mind. I think that's what leads to a lot of people kind of steering away from art, is that they think that it's a very, very complicated process because you just see like the final product. You don't really see the steps that went into making that product. Now, obviously, some things have been more complicated than others, obviously. You're always going to kind of have those things that you struggle with as an artist. Like hands. Drawing hands are a bitch. But if you can at least break down the shapes of a hand or shapes of a human form, like into very simple shapes, and then just kind of go from there, it's a lot more simple once you break it down to those very fundamental basics. Okay. So my skies are still kind of drying. This doesn't really need to sit for a minute. Oop. Keep all the same color brushes together. All right. So I think we'll add one last shade. It'll just be the khaki, and maybe I'll mix that with the, hold on. I might mix that with the Swede. Or, that should be fine on its own. Get as much off the brush as possible. Just dab it in wherever. Yeah, I think that hardest part for me when I began was learning when to stop. Yeah. It's also true because sometimes you try too much and you might end up ruining the whole thing as a result of that. And right now I'm just trying to add some little pockets of beige, just because I'm trying to go for that sort of more of like kind of a beige, sort of rocky sort of feel, because I already have one shelf that's already got more of a gray sort of rocky terrain. So I want to kind of make this one a little bit more different. That way it kind of stands out from the now this one's not going to be anywhere near that shelf, but it's one thing I kind of want to do with these shelves here. Is I want to make sure that the environments are as different as possible, but there are some exceptions, like some of the Cybertron ones are very, very similar. Just because of the nature of how those ones are conceived, for lack of a better term. Which is Bob Ross was made fun of. I think he really made painting accessible. Yeah. You know, there's a guy who doesn't really show up as much anymore, who used to be on Mac in the 90s channel. And he wasn't really much of an artist, but after, because he was modding for the channel for a while, but he was able to kind of pick up a few things, and he was able to kind of and like in like 7 months, he was able to start painting, like making like Bob Ross style, landscape paintings. They were really nice. It's like it only took him like 7 months to kind of learn that. So it's all just a matter of really applying yourself to it. Which, I mean, I understand it's not really for everybody because life can get in the way, So a lot of people don't really feel like doing it because it's just like there's a lot of people that have obviously enough stuff on their plate as is the way the world is. But if you can find time for it, there's nothing stopping you. I think that should be good. Okay. And I can put these brushes away, whatever. Use different brushes for when we do the back wall. These guys to the side. Get rid of these towels so we don't have any clutter. And we'll grab my grass, so to speak. Yeah, maybe some rocks. We'll add some little rock effects here and there. Oh, you know what? Might need some glue. we're gonna start off with the grass effect, then we'll kind of add like little bushes here and there. I have more in this bag here, so lots to work with. Okay, and just need a plate. Okay, so the way I do my grass effects for all my dioramas is what I'll do is I'll take some green paint. Before I do that, I need a brush. Use a smaller one. And I get my little grass elements. I still have these guys around actually, so I'm just gonna reuse them. I have a little thing I can put them in though. Here. Use a smaller paper plate. And just dump a bunch in here. That should be enough. And then we'll do, I probably need that. Okay, so I think we're going to start on the whole rim of this whole thing. And I'll just kind of paint in the side. And then drop some grass in. As that dries, the grass will kind of dry inside the paint as it goes. Now you will have some like excess grass that doesn't fully stay put, so to speak. So that down there. But it should be good enough. And you can always go back in with some glue, just kind of tidy it up. Hope you can see that part properly. Back in a little bit, looking good. Thank you, Diamond. Okay, just grab more. Okay. All right. I'll grab some more paint. Should probably need a little more. and some grass. I'll probably need to pull up more. Just a second. Okay. Then let's continue from there. Little spots there. All right. Just continue on the last little section here. Okay. That should be good enough for a little grass effect on the bottom there. Now, I'm going to do too much in the next couple layers here. Just a little pockets here and there. One right here. This should be good. put a little bit underneath there. Hey, Grumpy. How's it going, man? Good to see you. We're almost on the base for it now. Getting pretty close to it. Chatting little details now. Totally carved Mount Rushmore into themselves. Exactly. Exactly. And I'll add just a little pocket right in there. Just a little bit. And then kind of go right across here. You can see that. There we go. All right. See a little more. I think we'll grab the corners here real quick, and maybe some small pockets in the front here. Okay. And then where that stuck to it. There we go. And we'll grab the other corner. Well, the sky is almost done drying on the back layers. We might be able to work on that once it's all done here. The base is almost done. Doing the more nature environments really doesn't take that long, actually. It's all very simple, at least to me. I'm just gonna fill in this area just a little bit more. There. And make a little pool, so to speak. So let's do like a little half circle here. Okay. All right. And I might add just a little pocket on the edge there. Maybe right there. Just kind of break up the gray here just a little bit. Okay, should be good enough. Yeah, that's how I do my grass effects. You lay down some paint and you drop the little grass effects. You can buy them at like Michael's or wherever. It's very, very simple process here. So I got a few of these little tree elements or these little bush elements or whatever. And drop in some glue. I think I'll put one right in there. And we got a little bush going. Put one right there. Try not to get any glue on me. It's a bitch to get off. Put a little bit right there. Nope, not really showing the best I can. There we go. There we go. Should have a smaller one there. Nothing too crazy. Oh my god, I almost ran out of glue. That'd be embarrassing. All right. I'll grab just one right here. Very hesitant to get much detail or much elevation on these platforms here, because that's where the cone heads are going to be going. So dirge, ramjet, and thrust. Now, so far I only have dirge, who I just got in the mail a couple days ago. So it was actually my very first Decepticon figure ever in my life. So so dirge was the first Decepticon, and I think Bumblebee was the first Autobot I got when I was younger. But I think they're like movie verse based ones. I hope we don't run out. That should be good enough. She'll grab, put them right here. Hopefully I have enough for the little rock effects. There we go. Just gotta smack it. An old school TV. Just put that little bush in the corner. One right in there. Hopefully I can get through the rocks. But I'll probably use a few little rock elements here. Oh, maybe I glue my fingers. Probably should have grabbed two glue sticks from Michael's yesterday or the other day. Probably enough for at least two more. Some of this guy. 30 minutes, switch it. See this other guy. Here, got a toothpick. There we go. All right. That last little bit there. Just a few more. And maybe one right here. Shit. I'll do a quick, once I finish gluing everything, I'll take a quick little break, 2 hands, and then I will come back and see what's up with these. The back walls might be ready for some more paint. We'll see. I think they're ready to go. Got to fix one area on the back wall, actually. It's a little awkward there. Okay. Just got a few rocks. And so just kind of place them wherever. One right there. Just add a little bit extra pop of colors. Put one on the grass. want to do too much because it might kind of obstruct the overall look. Put one in the little corner there. So kind of zoom in just a little bit that way. Y'all can see a bit better. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then put one right over here. Okay, and I will go right there. Go there. Let's see, yeah, put another one right there. Yeah, we'll grab this guy over here. I think that should be good enough for the base here anyways. Don't really want to put anything in the back right here because I don't know how, just yet how everything's going to kind of play out once we get the other two cone head Decepticons in here. But yeah, that's it for the base, I think. Yeah, a lot faster than I thought it would be. Although it did help that I actually did the base layering before, well, last night before streaming. So Just get a look, quick little close up on it all. Very, very similar to the Lookout Mountain one, but a little bit different. I just want to add a little bit of a different sort of flavor to it, made it a little bit more more beige in color, more so. That way it kind of stands out a bit more from the other one. We'll just kind of put it off to the side gently. And I'll pull out the back wall. And I'll just take a quick little break. I'll get a clip pulled out. I'll just need to quickly run and get my hands nice and washed up just a little bit, or just get a little of the gunk off. So I'll be right back, you guys. So maybe a little bit long clips. Let me find one. And I don't know if I have a. All right. Here, that one.
Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Boy, these are good.
This stuff's the greatest. Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly Earth disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal moon.
All right. Right back. I'll tidy that up. Right there. Yeah, as we can see, we got Megatron, we got Blitzwing, Astro Train, and we got Starscream kind of occupying the mountains here. It's kind of, before I get started though, I want to get all this stuff put away. That way it's not obstructing anything. Put you aside. All right. Yeah, so the sky is still kind of drying a bit, but I still want to add a little bit of a darker shade. So what I'll do. Should have enough here. Grab an extra brush. Just a little bit. Just want to darken the top up just a little bit more. But yeah, so we're going for a more of a sunset type background here because we've done so many different blue skies, clear blue skies. I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. Just want to have a little bit of yellow. I'll have a little more down here. That should be enough. Probably more than enough. It's too much. There we go. Okay, just kind of leave it off to the side now. Let her dry. Then we'll get the back walls going, or the side walls rather. Should be enough. All right. What's it doing that? There we go. Take a little bit off the brush. Might be too much. Okay. Once it's all dried, oh, I got the yellow first. Or do you know what? In the brush, I might have a little bit of the lilac back into it. Where did I put you? Where the fuck did I put that thing? Hold on. Can I drop it somewhere? It's weird. Oh, there it is. Just want to add a little bit. So I'll line it up just a little bit in the middle here. And then more yellow. This paint's like really fucking runny today. What's wrong with it? And the same thing here. It's being weird again. Hey, when it does that, when it comes out all liquidy. That's better. This is the right side. Yeah. Okay. Fix that later. Add little streaks of yellow into major. I think that'll be it for the sky. And we can kind of move on possibly to the mountains. You'll start with the mountains in the back, and then we'll do the foreground stuff afterwards. That's how we'll roll. Okay, should be it. Let's see.
Just making sure the sides are all taken care of.
I think we're done with you guys. Move you out of the way. Did I just break this cap here on the thing? Too powerful. Too powerful. All right, I need some blue. And I have purple. I think I have a whole lot left. It's dripping. All right. Hope I can get. Got a few sponge sticks. There's just one. Maybe the lavender. No, we use the lavender for the highlights. So yeah, we'll put in here in a second. You I'll grab this purple / violet color. And we'll mix that all together. Can't really show it. There we go. So these ones seem dry enough to start working in the mountains. It's just gonna be kind of a dark sort of blue, bluish purple. Which is maybe the fastest diorama I've ever made. It's going by really fast. Oop. Yeah, just cover that up. Okay, just leave that to dry. Which I might just end at these mountains here because I think that'll take a little bit to dry because some of the edges are a little bit too smudged. And then I can kind of leave the rest of the painting here for the mountains tomorrow. I think we'll be done after that. It's a very, very short one today. What you need? That's the left side. Just kind of line it up. Oop, I better check the chat out. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Had the screen off the chat. Oop, I get her. Better angle in there. Thank you, Grumpy. Mass backstabbing. Yeah, that was the whole thing of that whole episode was everyone was just like fucking backstabbing each other in the triple takeover episode. It's like just chaos. Because it started out as like Blitzwing, Astrotrain, and Starscream kind of teaming up, and then kind of find out later, I think that they were plotting against each other anyways. So it just went all over the place, that episode. But a lot of fun. A lot of fun seeing how the Decepticons actually really work when it comes to leadership and all that. Where it's like, you know, whoever's top dog is basically the leader of the Decepticons. That's kind of how it basically works. It's kind of like a pack of wolves, essentially, for like a better term. You know, whoever's the alpha takes over. Okay, just gonna move on to the right side. You know, you got the sides first. All right. I'll do that this way. All the information we need. Time is at 2-hour mark. I think we'll probably call it a wrap in just a minute. And then maybe tomorrow morning we'll do, or we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I can do the thing there just yet. Trying to think here. Yeah, I think we'll call it a wrap. Just a second here. Just want to make it a little bit darker at the end here. And we'll call it a wrap here, and then maybe later tomorrow morning, or I don't know. I might pull an all-nighter today. Just get this done. But we'll see. I will make sure to record it though. That way I can have, at least have the footage for the time lapse. And let's grab the side. All right. I think that will do it for me. Guess we'll just kind of figure out what I want to do for tomorrow. If I will be doing something tomorrow, I might pull an all-nighter and get some of these things done. Or, no, fuck it. I'll just leave it for tomorrow. That way we can at least get a stream out of it. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Let's grab the back wall to end us off on. Got our boys started here. So yeah. There's a little Mount Rushmore of Decepticons. Let's get a better angle. It's a weird fucking thing here. All right, whatever. You got the idea. So yeah, this is the last thing we gotta finish off. Yeah, I think we'll head on out now. Just want to say a quick thank you to Dadman, Grumpy, Mrs. Grumpy, Mrs. Dadman, and Daisy for stopping by. And yeah, I'll probably do a stream tomorrow. Probably, well, because Mac streams at 12, so, or at least 12 my time. So I think I'll go, maybe I'll do a late night stream tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, they'll do that. But on that note, I will see you guys later. I'll grab some. Well, I already showed the Drunk Decepticons, so I think we'll do the. I'll do the roast. The Megatron roast. I can find it. There it is. All right, I'll see you guys later tomorrow, possibly. If not, I might just pull an all-nighter if I feel like it. So still waiting for some parts of the mountains to kind of dry off here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add like a darker shade, maybe like a black or something like that just in the background. It's gonna make it add a bit more depth, and then add maybe some little highlights here and there, and then I'll move on to the last part, which will be this stuff here, the main sort of bulk of the piece here. So on that note, I will see you guys later. Enjoy the roast.
Optimus Prime's gonna kick your ass!
I'm going to beat the shit out of Optimus Prime, and then I'll do the same to you, Bumblebee.
Bumblebee? I'm not Bumblebee. You're not gonna beat the shit out of anyone today.
Oh, yeah?
You're yesterday's model, Megatron, ready for the scrapping.
Oh, I've never heard that one before, Prime. Got any new material?
Junk. That's what you are. Junk.
Still doing the same set, I see.
Optimus Prime!
Well, Prime, that's big talk from a robot that can't even fly.
Oh, yeah?